have a chance. Richarlison. Cuts it back. Oh, what a goal! First up! It's just the 5th minute.
Still Lewandowski. Still Doski. Finds Dembélé, and Dembélé scores an equaliser. What a pass from Lewandowski. He has been the best player. He has actually got 2 assists. One of Gavi's goal and now Dembele's goal.
And City wins! City won the match. Manchester City won the match.
Hello everybody, this is Brisbane05 Blast here and welcome back to another video of this channel. In today's match, we're actually going to be doing the rematch of the UEFA Euros and the Nations League semi-final as we have France taking on Spain. So basically both these sides, they have done so well and now they've reached in the semi-finals. But first let's talk about France. So France have of course topped their group easily with the likes of Norway, Senegal and Iraq. So in the round of 32 they had to take on Sweden. They absolutely crushed them 3-0 thanks to a masterclass performance from Kylian Mbappé. Then they had to take on Paraguay, which despite Paraguay had the chances to nullify Kylian Mbappé, Kylian Mbappé did score the penalty, the winning penalty, which actually made sure that France would get their ticket to the quarterfinals very easily, which they did. And they were up against the team that they've versed in the semi-finals of the last World Cup, which was Morocco. And France completely, they just won the game. Despite Mbappé missing the penalty, he scored the wonderful goal, and then Ousmane Dembélé scored the second goal for France, which ended Morocco's hopes of actually coming back. So because of this, France, they're in the semi-finals and they're up against Spain. In terms of performance-wise, they're not at their best. And yes, they did draw to Cabo Verde, but they won against Saudi Arabia and Uruguay, which made them top the group. They had to verse Austria, and that was the first time Spain did actually had a good performance, apart from the Saudi Arabia game, where of course they won 3-0. Then in the round of 32 was the Austria game. Round of 16 was the Portugal game, which was supposed to be Ronaldo's match. But somehow Mikel Merino scored the only goal, which eliminated Ronaldo's chances of actually getting closer to winning the World Cup, which got their ticket to the quarterfinals. And they had to take on Belgium, who were actually a surprise threat, a surprise attack. They had the chances of actually surprising Spain from behind, but Mikel Merino is literally Spain's clutch player. Like, he scored that winning goal against Portugal and now against Belgium. Despite, of course, Fabian Ruiz and De Catalara scoring the goals beforehand. Of course, Spain always find their way to get the winner, and that's how they did. And now they're in the semi-finals taking on France. And yes, I know the stats say that Spain have won twice against France, but France, they always do well in the World Cup, and this is Mbappe's tournament. And right now he's leveled with Messi with the Golden Boot basically. He's level with Messi in terms of the Golden Boot for this World Cup. So Messi, yes, he's doing pretty good, but I have a feeling Kylian Mbappé is going to overtake Messi in probably the next World Cup or maybe this World Cup itself, but we don't know. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get to the match to see France taking on Spain. Alright guys, we're here for our first semi-final clash of the World Cup as we have France taking on Spain. I can't wait for this clash because this match is going to be the rematch of the Euros 2024 and the Nations League semi-final, in which Spain got the job done in 2 of those matches. France are basically looking for revenge here. Can they actually do it? Can Kylian Mbappe's France team do it? Or will Spain, Lamine Yamal, get the better on him? We're going to see and find out. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one as the national anthems will be coming up shortly. Alright guys, let's take a look at France lineup here. So as you can see, Magnan is the man in goal. Upamecano, Saliba are your centre-backs. Tchouameni, Rabiot, Olise are your midfielders. And of course, Mr. World Cup, future Mr. World Cup himself, Mbappé is going to be the man up top. Didier Deschamps is going to be your manager, and here are the substitutions here for France. So France do have talented players on the bench as well, like Ryan Cherki, Konate, list goes on. And Manu Kone as well. He's a talented French midfielder. Probably the next N'Golo Kante, if you know. But Spain do have a lot of talented players, like they have Yamal and list of many players. But can that Spanish team do what the golden generation, the 2010 golden generation Spain team have done? We're going to see and find out. Anyway, let's take a look at Spain's lineup. Simon's the man in goal. Cubarsí, Laporte are your centre-backs. Rodri, Pedri, Ruiz are your midfielders. And here's their main man, Lamine Yamal, who's playing on the right wing, supporting Williams on the left. Luis de la Fuente is the manager. And here are the subs for Spain. So yeah, I can't wait for this match. France versus Spain. Who's going to win? Mbappé or Yamal? Tune in to find out. This is basically going to be an El Clasico international one. But as you can see, Spain kick off. But yeah, this is going to be the rematch of the El Clasico. But this time in an international way. And Spain had the opportunity to create some damage. But France get this one. Now here's Desiree Doué. Theo Hernandez, he finds Doué. Olise to Mbappé. Mbappé shoots, but what a savior from Unai Simon, as he kept that out for a France corner kick. But as you can see, Didier Deschamps is the man who is basically the tactician here for France. He has basically won World Cup with them, so imagine if he can actually win 2. Right now, France have the corner kick. Here's Tchouameni, finds Olise. Olise to Rabiot. Rabiot to Koundé. Koundé to Upamecano. Koundé with it. Koundé to Tchouameni. Tchouameni crosses that, but Spain get this one. They do get the ball. Now, Nico Williams has it. He tries to find the player, but France with a wonderful slide tackle. And again, France are on the attack. Spain again tried to win the ball back after losing it a few seconds ago. There's Cucurella. Cucurella to Rodri. Fabian Ruiz. Cross this one to Cucurella. Cucurella to Williams. Williams back to Cucurella. He tries to find the player, but what an interception from Tchouameni. Now here's Ousmane Dembélé. Dembélé to Olise. Olise tries to find Mbappé, but I think it was an interception here from Spain. Now here's Llorente. Yamal. Yamal to Ruiz. Ruiz makes a pass to Oyarzabal, who's through. With Saliba basically being the lone defender here. Oyarzabal shoots, and he scores the opening goal for Spain. The all-time World Cup scorer. Not the all-time World Cup scorer, but currently the top scorer for Spain has just given an important lead for them, as the Madrid fans are celebrating here. But what a finish from Oyarzabal, man. I'm pretty sure that would be his 5th goal of the World Cup. And he timed that to perfection, bamboozling Magnan there. Saliba being the lone defender, he could not defend Oyarzabal. And with that, Spain do inflict the first blood on France, as Oyarzabal, the Real Sociedad striker, gives La Roja a huge lead. Anyway, now France have the ball. Here's Desiree Doué. Doué to Hernandez. Hernandez to Rabiot. Rabiot with it. Still Rabiot. But Spain do get the ball. Now here's Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal's through. But I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, it's with Spain. Williams. Williams to Oyarzabal. Yamal with it. He gets tackled, and it's going to be a penalty for Spain. And a yellow card for France. And it's Rabiot that receives a booking. France are really having a nightmare right now, and it might continue, because given the fact that Spain have won 2 occasions against France in the Euros and the Nations League semi-final, it shows that Spain have had that sort of rise. And Oyarzabal, who's already scored the goal, is the man to take the penalty. Will he convert it or will Magnan make a save? Oyarzabal converts the penalty as Spain have a 2-goal cushion over the Blues. As you can see the replay, Oyarzabal sends the keeper the wrong way before striking it in the top left corner. The keeper dived right, basically on that position. And Didier Deschamps is nothing but having an annoying face, an animated face on what would be a potential disaster here for France. But anyway, Spain do have a 2-goal cushion in literally 22 minutes. After Yamal infringement here, Spain does get the ball. So he's actually doing pretty well, winning fouls in crucial areas. Now here's Yamal. Yamal's through. Lamine Yamal gets the better of Theo Hernandez. He finds Fabian Ruiz. Ruiz to Pedri. Pedri's through. Pedri to Rodri. Rodri shoots, but what a savior from Magnan. Here's Saliba. Saliba to Upamecano. Upamecano to Koundé. Koundé to Dembélé. Dembélé to Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni to Mbappé. Mbappé to Rabiot. Can France find their way back? Olise tries to have a touch, but the Spanish defenders get the better of him. Now here's Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal to Pedri. Pedri to Williams. Williams to Oyarzabal. Now here's Williams. Nico Williams finds Pedri. But what a tackle from Saliba. As France get the ball. Dembélé with it. Dembélé to Mbappé. Mbappé to Dembélé. Dembélé to Mbappé. Still Mbappé. Mbappé to Olise. Olise shoots. But what a save from Unai Simon. Corner kick here for France. Can they do something? Olise goes long. But it literally finds no one. But France do get the ball. Dembélé with it. Dembélé to Olise. But what a tackle from Spain as they win the ball back. And now they're on the verge of probably getting their third goal here. Like, it's all been Spain so far. It's Kubarsi. Kubarsi to Ruiz. Ruiz to Llorente. Llorente to Yamal. Yamal to Ruiz. Then to Yamal. Yamal to Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz to Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal with it. Oyarzabal to Ruiz. Yamal with it. And Spain get their third goal. No answers from France. All been a Spanish domination. Pedri gets the goal for Spain. And it could be a Spain World Cup final booked. But you got to take a wonderful pass here. And what a finish from Pedri, the Barcelona midfielder. Can France do what Liverpool have done in the Champions League final? Because this is nothing but a France disaster class. And they lose the ball. Here's Oyarzabal. Ruiz. Ruiz to Williams. Williams to Oyarzabal. What a block. And tackle. Olise. Olise boots this one. He finds Mbappé, but Spain get this one. Oyarzabal with it. Now here's Nico Williams. 1 minute of added time, by the way. He finds Pedri. Pedri tries to shoot from distance, but France get this one. And it's going to be half-time with Spain having a 3-goal cushion over France. And it's with Mikel Oyarzabal having a masterclass generational performance. Scored 2 goals. But as you can see, Ousmane Dembélé had a disaster class. Slow day at the office. Can he do something here for the team to orchestrate this comeback? Or will Spain cruise in the second half? Half-time, it's France 0, Spain 3. Alright guys, let's take a look at the half-time highlights here. The first half highlights. It has been a Spanish domination here. France do really need some response in the second half. If not, it could go bad. But as you can see earlier, France had the opportunity to take the lead. It was courtesy of Kylian Mbappé, but what a savior from Unai Simon. As he kept that one out to deny France from taking the lead. And then Oyarzabal, from an open position, scores the opening goal for Spain. And they were cruising. And then Rabiot, I think, had an infringement. Yeah, that was for the penalty I think they've conceded. And then Oyarzabal sent the keeper the wrong way as Spain have a 2-goal lead. Didier Deschamps is literally having a nightmare, as you can see by his face there. And then France had the opportunity to get 1 goal back, but Unai Simon made a wonderful save and prevented France from even getting closer to orchestrating a comeback. And then Pedri with a wonderful finish triples the lead for Spain. And yep, those are the first half highlights. Let's take a look at the match facts. Yep, as you can see right here, Spain have completely dominated this match. 5 shots to France's 2 shots. Spain 5 shots, 4 shots on target to France's 2 shots, 2 shots on target. Again, if you haven't heard what I said, Spain 5 shots, 4 shots on target to France's 2 shots, 2 shots on target. But anyway, can France come back or will Spain cruise in the second half? We'll just find out. Anyway, guys, second half will be coming up shortly, right after the break. Alright, guys, looks like second half has already commenced as France will be the one to take the kickoff here. And yeah, they need to bounce back if they really are contenders, if they really want to get a 3rd World Cup final in a row. Now, it's Theo Hernandez. He finds Rabiot. Adrien Rabiot with it. He finds Desiree Doué. Desiree Doué with a chop. Tries to do the Ronaldo chop. But I think Spain get the ball. And it is going to be a throw-in for France. Some hope, maybe. There's Olise. Olise to Doué. Doué to Rabiot. Rabiot to Mbappé. Mbappé tries to shoot. However, no, I thought it was going to be a penalty for a second, but it's just Mbappé was in an offside position. And his toe might have let him down. But anyway, it was not going to happen because Spain did get the tackle on Mbappé, so it doesn't basically matter even if he was onside. But anyway, Spain have the ball. Yes, Kubarsi to Rodri. Rodri to Pedri. Pedri to Laporte. Playing tiki-taka like they always do. Like their other generation, their other golden generation, they've actually been doing tiki-taka. This is the new Spanish generation who have abandoned tiki-taka. They've mostly been more fluid, like more threatening on attack than actually focusing on possession-wise. But anyway, Spain are on the attack, but what an interplay from Saliba. Now here's Rabiot. Mbappé with it. And I think Spain get the ball. Pedri. Pedri to Cucurella, but what a tackle from Dembélé. 13 minutes have already been passed. We're almost approaching the 1 hour mark. Ousmane Dembélé goes for a cross, but Unai Simon makes an easy save. No threatening attacks from France. There's been nothing but a Spanish masterclass and a French disaster class. And I think Spain have an opportunity to get their 4th goal. And they do eventually get the ball thanks to a wonderful play. And it's going to be substitution here for France as Tchouaméni comes off for Zaire Emery. In real life, Tchouaméni is actually going to be injured. And Zaire Emery, can he actually be that player to create some impact? We'll see and find out. But anyway, Spain are also making a change. As you can see from the bottom left, subs requested there. And now Doué is on the attack. Here's Theo Hernandez, Olise. Olise to Mbappé. And then Spain get the ball. Now here's Yamal. What a tackle from Hernandez. But it's going to be a substitution here for Spain. As Oyarzabal comes off of Ferran Torres, who has had a masterclass performance, scored a brace, who did score that opening goal and then the penalty goal. And of course, Ferran Torres comes on. They really want to rest their strikers if they really want to get to a final for the first time in 16 years. Now here's Rodri. Rodri makes a pass to Torres, but I think France got that one easily. Nico Williams. Here's Nico Williams. He finds Pedri. And France get the ball. Yes, Koundé. Koundé with it. He finds Dembélé. Dembélé. Still Dembélé. France win the ball. We thought Spain did, but France won it. Now here's Dembélé. He's through. Still Dembélé. Dembélé to Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery to Mbappé. And France had the opportunity. And it's still through. Oh my goodness. A chaotic scenario here from Spain, as they somehow couldn't keep the ball out. And Olise capitalizes on that mistake or Spanish error, as France might have got themselves potentially back in the game. That was a chaotic defending from Spain, as Olise might have given France some hope. But can they do it? Like, this has been a chaotic defending from Spain. Hopefully this doesn't cost them. I had no words to even put this correctly, because what were the French defenders doing there? Oh, sorry, Spanish defenders doing there. Sorry, said the other way around, because I'm shocked. But anyway, substitution here for Spain as Laporte comes off for Garcia. Eric Garcia. But Spain do have an opportunity to end the game from there eventually. Now here's Rodri to Ruiz. But Rabiot with a wonderful block as France get the ball. Imagine if they actually score a goal. This could be sensational. Now here's Theo Hernandez. Hernandez to Rabiot. Rabiot to Doué. Doué with it. Doué to Mbappé. Mbappé to Olise. Olise is through. Olise shoots. And what a save from Simon. France are trying to apply more pressure on Spain. And that's what they're doing right now. But they have to score a goal, at least from this corner kick. And it's Olise to take the corner. The player who's already scored the goal for France is now the player to take the corner. And it was a messed up play here from Dayot Upamecano, as his header just could not save himself. "12 minutes to go, by the way. I think Spain might have actually got the job done, even though France did get one goal back thanks to their defensive disaster class, I would say. That goal was a Spanish defensive disaster class. They shouldn't be conceding it. But it is what it is. I digress. France did get one goal back. But can they do it? But right now they have to worry about a Spanish counter-attack. Yamal is through. Yamal is with it. He finds Llorente. Ruiz with it, but what a tackle here from, I'm pretty sure that was Adrian, no, not Adrian Rabiot. That was Zaire Emery. Yeah, that was Zaire Emery that did that crucial tackle. And now France have the opportunity to maybe get something here. Now here's Michael Olise. Olise with it. Olise to Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery to Mbappé. Mbappé to Olise. Olise to Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery to Olise. Zaire Emery with it. France are on the verge of at least getting something here. He finds Mbappé. Zaire Emery. Doué. Zaire Emery. France are hoping for a handball, but they do get the ball. Zaire Emery here. He finds Doué. Doué crosses that one, but Spain get this one. It was anyway an offside position from a French player, so it doesn't matter. 3 minutes of added time here. Spain are probably going to hold on. And it's going to be a substitution here for France, as Doué comes off for Barcola and Fabian Ruiz comes off for Martin Zubamendi. Actually Gavi, sorry. Got confused, but it was Gavi. I think Fabian Ruiz always comes off for Gavi, not Zubamendi. But anyway, Spain are on the attack. Here's Gavi. Gavi to Yamal. Yamal to Torres. Torres is through. He finds Yamal. Yamal to Torres, but France does get this one. But it doesn't matter, as the end of 90 minutes has been given, as Spain get a huge win over France. And they've done it in the third time. The fans in Madrid are happy. This is the third time in a row that Spain have delivered against France in a semi-final clash. And who else but Oyarzabal, the player who scored the winning goal in the Euros against England, has delivered a masterclass performance as he scored a brace. to book Spain in the semi-finals. Full time, it's France 1, Spain 3. Alright guys, so this was the second half highlights. As you can see, Olise's goal, that blunder here from that Spanish defenders, has given a bit of a lifeline here for France. They did score one goal. Luis de la Fuente was actually fuming because they shouldn't have actually conceded that goal. And this kind of gave momentum to France. And Olise had the opportunity to double himself up. But what a save from Unai Simon. Those were the chances that was there in the second half. Because most of the chances were from the first half. It was mostly some defensive masterclass from Spain mostly than France. But anyway, but like I said, in this one, it was mostly France that have been dominating the second half. And they only managed to get one goal from this. Just one measly goal. 6 shots, 5 shots on target to Spain's 5 shots, 4 shots on target. Nothing much to say here. And of course, performance-wise, Olise was the only top performer here for France. But as we go to Spain here, Fabian Ruiz is the man of the match as he got 2 assists. And as of course, control midfield. The midfield in a very possible way, a very strong way. That's why he got the man of the match award and not Oyarzabal. Even though he did score 2 goals, but that second goal was a penalty goal. You can't expect that to be given as a well performance. But anyway, this is your predicted scoreline. Spain 3, France 1. Spain move on to the grand final to probably take on the winner of Argentina and England. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. I will be making the England vs Argentina one because that match is going to be absolute cinema. And it's also going to be the rematch of the 1986 controversial semi-final at the Azteca and the 1998 round of 16 one, where David Beckham got famously sent off for that red card on Simeone. That harsh tackle, well, not a tackle. He actually lost his mind and tackled Simeone. So this is going to be an absolute cinema. But anyway, what will be the scoreline? Will it be a win for France or Spain? Tune in to find out. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. And we'll be back for our next match. Goodbye. Hello, guys, we're back. And just as you witnessed, the game did kind of favor Spain. Of course, in terms of the stats, because Spain did win against France 3-1 thanks to a masterclass performance from Oyarzabal and a goal from Pedri to give a comfortable position for Spain. And yes, despite Olise scored the scrappy goal for France, which Spain could have avoided that, it wasn't enough for France to actually come back. They had the momentum, but it was kind of too late. Unai Simon made many saves. He even denied Mbappé from even taking the lead earlier. So this shows that Unai Simon is a very good keeper. But I have a feeling they should start trusting Raya. I mean, given the fact that Raya has won the Golden Glove 3 seasons in a row with Arsenal, they should really start trusting Raya. Whereas for Simon, he's playing for Bilbao. And for some reason, the manager is actually favoring him to be the main man for Spain, the main goalkeeper for Spain. So, but if it is working out pretty well for Spain, I have a feeling then this might be the result that FC26 will predict. But I have a feeling it would be the other way around, because whenever I try to predict or FC26 predicts, it always happens the opposite. So I really hope that this would be a cracker, because Spain did dominate the first half. It was kind of one-sided, but I really hope the real life match does not follow the prediction that I'm doing. It's just a prediction from my perspective. So anyway, but yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you want me to make more FC26 videos and more World Cup videos. Yeah, just write that, put that in the comments if you are free to do so. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. This is Brisbane 05 Blaster here, signing off.